If you're anything like me, at the end of every year, and actually multiple times during the year, I have a profit and loss statement conversation with my business partner, with my broker, with my spouse. And it's all about what does it cost for me to operate my real estate business and what is the benefit? Well, I want to talk today very quickly about two ways in which you can have a zero cost of doing business at Real Broker through either agent attraction or the elite agent program. So let's talk about number one first, which is through agent attraction. Real has built their models so that they don't do hot air balloons, they don't do gold jackets. They literally use the life of the real estate agent as their advertising mechanism. So, what then is the compensation for being that bright light advertising mechanism that agents or that the company uses to build? It's the revenue share program. So if you ask Tamir about Real's revenue share program, it is not a multi-leveled company. He will basically say our agents are our marketing system. And so rather than spending the money on Google or Facebook ads or whatever it is, he will compensate the agents for being our growth engine. So what that looks like is for every agent that sponsors you or that you sponsor into the company, there's a annual income opportunity of about $4,000. So how then can you zero out your cost of doing business? Well, it's very simply you take the $750 annual fee, which is paid over your first three transactions. You take your cap, and if you do fully cap out, you take whatever you pay in transaction fees. It'll give you a total amount. So let's say the 750 plus a 12K cap. So now you're at, for easy math, $13,000. Plus you close another 4 or 5 transactions. So you end up at around $15,000 a year as your total cost to belong to Real Broker. Well, at $4,000 a piece, in order to completely wipe out your annual cost of doing business at Real, you would need 4 agents to name you as sponsor. Now, that's not 4 agents every year. That's 4 agents ever. Because at $4,000 a piece, assuming that they cap with the company, your income, your revenue share from their fees is $16,000, and your cost of belonging to the company is $15,000. So, number one way to have zero cost of doing business at Real is to sponsor a couple of agents who are producing agents, and the revenue share you receive will wipe out whatever cost you have of doing business. Well, option number two, if you say, I don't want to get into agent attraction at all, the second way you could wipe out your cost of doing business at Real is to become an elite agent. Now, in order to be an elite agent, it'll take somewhere in between 26 to 30 transactions. The reason I say that is you're going to have your first 5 or 6 transactions to pay your $12,000 cap because you pay 15% of that commission to the cap. So let's say your first 5 transactions pay your $12,000 cap. Then your next 20, 25 transactions, you're paying a $285 transaction fee once you get to $6,000 paid in transaction fees. So your 12,000 cap plus 6,000 in transaction fees, you become an elite agent with the company. What that means is you've paid in a total of $18,000 to the company, 12K in cap and 6K in transaction fees. And now the company is going to reward you with $16,000 worth of stock as an elite agent. Well, assuming zero growth to the stock, then your total cost would not come back down to zero. It would come down to about $2,000 per year. Now, if you're a 30 unit a year producer and you could operate at your business for a total net cost of $2,000, I think you and I would agree that's a real inexpensive way to run your business. But assuming there is modest growth in the stock, $16,000 worth of stock, 20% growth over 2 or 3 years, you've now got stock worth more than the $18,000 you paid, therein eliminating your cost of doing business. So this is just one of those benefits, one of those ways in which Real is an absolute no-brainer for real estate entrepreneurs, because if you want to operate your business for a zero cost of operation, you can either attract a couple of agents, become an elite agent, or if you want my advice as an entrepreneur, do both. So that at the end of the year, somebody could say to you, hey, what does it cost for you to belong to Real? You're able to say, well, it's actually zero, and they compensate me. So the agents I know that are crushing it at Real have not just a zero cost of doing business, it is an extra income stream for them to be at Real above and beyond their commission. So if I'm in your shoes, it's probably something I would start taking a look at. Have a good day.